Hear me when I say this to you. Getting in the best shape possible is not hard. It's actually quite easy if you're taking the right steps and if you're taking them consistently. So, with that being said, let's simplify getting in the best shape possible down to 5 things, right? 5 essential things that if someone asks me, Zay, how do I burn fat, build muscle, just get healthy and get in the best shape possible? How do I do it? Here's 5 things. Number one, strength training, weightlifting, resistance training, going and picking up something heavy over and over for a long period of time, and then progressively overloading what you're picking up. That means increasing the weight, as time goes on. Strength training is very important, not just for building muscle, of course we know, but even, burning fat, losing weight, strength training. You want to give your body that stimulus that, hey, if you're trying to get in shape, this is the number one stimulus that you want to give your body. Picking up some heavy weight, lifting heavy weight to stimulate muscle growth, to burn those calories. And as you build muscle, understand that you can build muscle and burn fat simultaneously. Building muscle actually aids in burning fat. So you want to be strength trained. That's automatic. You can run, you can do all the cardio that you want, but if you're not strength training, you're not going to see, you're not going to get good results. You're not going to get the results that you want, honestly. I myself am a runner. I'm an endurance athlete. I run a lot, but I also prioritize strength training a lot as well. And I would recommend any and everyone prioritize strength training over running and cardio first and foremost. On to number 2. Still going. Just had to make sure the mic ain't cut off on me. It cut off last time and I got pissed. Number 2, eat clean. Also, I have 80/20 down below. Now, eating clean, eating nutritious whole foods, prioritizing nutrients dense foods that are going to give you sustained clean energy throughout the day, that are going to provide you with the necessary vitamins and minerals and micronutrients and macronutrients that you need to help build muscle and lose weight, burn fat, to just live an overall healthy life. You need to be prioritizing mostly nutrients dense, healthy, nutritious foods. 80/20. Let 80% of your diet be this, which means that the other 20% is, the foods that you enjoy eating, the sweets, the treats that you like to eat, Let that be the other 20%. But if you're prioritizing clean eating mostly, nutrients dense foods, then you're going to have to mitigate the processed foods, the added foods, the added sugars and additives, the refined carbs. You're going to have to mitigate those as much as possible. Like I said, 80/20, 80% clean eating and the other 20% however you want to do it. But you want to be burning a clean flame at the end of the day. You feel groggy, tired, lethargic throughout the day because you're not burning a clean flame. You're not burning clean, sustained energy. And in order to do that, you have to eat foods that are clean, that are going to give you that. Number three, very essential, protein. Now, this goes alongside number 2 and number 1, and I could have just left this with number 2, but I wanted to separate this and make it its own thing because it's very essential, very crucial. Protein, eating adequate amounts of protein. Make sure you prioritize protein within every single meal. We know this is beneficial for muscle growth and building muscle. We already know that. But even burning fat, because protein is thermogenic. So it utilizes more energy and it burns more calories when you consume it. Not only that, but protein is very satiating. So when you eat it, you're more satiated throughout the day. You're not as hungry throughout the day when you eat more protein. And that allows you to lose weight and burn fat faster because you're not eating as much. You're burning more calories. You're in more of a calorie deficit. So, protein, um, you know, you want to make sure you're eating enough protein. Make sure you're hitting your protein goals, your protein targets. Honestly, the easiest way is to just make sure you're getting protein within every single meal, at least 20 to 30 grams minimum. 20 to 30 grams minimum of protein within every single meal that you eat. Simple as that. When you prepare your plate, let majority of your plate be protein and fiber. At least 1/3 of your plate. 1/3, maybe 1/4. 1/4, 1/3, a little bit between that. Let that be protein, and then sprinkle in the rest of your plate with the healthy fats and the fibers. The veggies, carbs, however you want to do it, but prioritize your protein. Number 4. A lot of people don't tell you this one, but this one is just important as the others. Number 4, blood tests. Blood work, comprehensive labs. Make sure you get these done, especially if you're not seeing results from doing the other 3. Definitely get this done. Get your blood work done because you can't see what's going on inside your body. And you have to see what's going on underneath the hood. Otherwise, you're just doing guesswork. You're just guessing. And you can't, you're not going to really get the best results if you're just guessing. So get comprehensive labs done so you can see what's going on underneath the hood, so you can see if you're deficient in any areas. You may be deficient. You may not be getting the minerals and vitamins and micronutrients that you need in your food, in your diet, and in the foods that you're eating. You may need to supplement these things. You may be low in certain hormones. For my men out there, you may be low in testosterone. My ladies out there, you may be too high in cortisol. Your cortisol may be too high. That's the stress hormone. You may be overly stressed throughout the day. And this is refraining you from building muscle and losing weight, burning fat. But you wouldn't know that unless you got underneath the hood looked at. You wouldn't know that unless you popped the hood open and looked under. So you have to get your blood work done, get comprehensive labs, know what's going on, see if you're deficient in any area. That's my strong recommendation. And they don't really tell you about that one as much, but I would definitely do that, especially if you're not, especially if you stalled out, if you are doing if you're just doing everything, you're eating healthy, you're strength training, weightlifting, you're doing everything right, but you're still not seeing results. You're still hitting that wall. Go get your labs done. Go see what's really going on. See what's really going on. And the last one, last but not least, and this, honestly, if I had to rank these, I may just put this number 1 because it's that important. Number 5, identity shift. Identity shift, and like I said, if I had to rank these, I would put this number 1 because it starts with the identity shift. You have to shift your identity from the person who is not in shape and doesn't work out and doesn't eat healthy and doesn't have the habits of the person who is in shape. You have to shift your identity from that person to this person who's in shape, who's eating clean, healthy, nutritious foods, who's weightlifting and strength training, who's made all these things habitual and it's part of their life and part of their identity. That's the identity shift. You have to embody that person who's in shape. What does that person do? What habits does this person have? Who is this person mostly around? Where does this person reside at? Where does this person go mostly? What does this person eat? What things does this person do to help themselves, stay healthy and stay fit and in shape? Like, embody that person. You have to embody that person. You have to shift your mindset and your identity. You're no longer the person who just, who does the things that an out of shape person does. You no longer have those habits. You have to shed that person, shed those habits, those actions, those behaviors away, and step into the identity of the person who's in shape with a whole new set of positive, uh, conducive habits and actions and behavior. So, identity shift. So, like I said, if I had to simplify it into 5 things, it would be these 5 right here: strength train, prioritize protein, eating healthy, nutritious, whole foods, and mitigating the processed foods as much as possible, getting my blood work done, getting your labs done, so you can see what's going on underneath the hood. So that way you're not just guessing the whole entire time. And the identity shift, shifting your identity. Those 5 things will make the process in the journey so much easier. Now, this is not just some quick fix, some magic pill that you take and, overnight results. It's not that. Not at all. You still have to have consistency. You still have to have patience, diligence. You still have to apply effort and put in the work. And you still have to do that over a long period of time in order to see results. But like I said, this will make that process much more easier. It'll make the journey, it'll eliminate the guesswork, it'll eliminate the confusion, because you have steps to take, because you have a list of things to check off. Gives you more clarity and more confidence to actually go through the process and actually stick with it. It's a lot more sustainable when you have these 5 things that you can check off. And when you check these 5 things off, I guarantee you will see results. Check these 5 things off, do it for a long period of time, make it part of your livelihood, embody it. Remember, we talked about embodiment and the identity shift, and you will see results. I guarantee you will get the desired outcome.